What's going on, everybody? Eat all the birds. Tonight I've got an affordable knife, a discarded inner tube, a fire steel, and a tampon, and way too much time on my hands. I did not invent this. Unless you haven't seen this before, then it's totally my idea. So let's get going. I'm gonna take this Mora knife. It's about 15 bucks. Fire steel is about 7 bucks. Tampon is, I don't know how much these cost. First, I take this inner tube. I take my knife. I use the fire steel. I'm gonna go just below the lanyard hole to about 1/4 inch past the tip. I'm gonna measure that out roughly and mark it with my thumb. Use my knife to cut that off. The tube's just a little bit bigger than the sheath, gets snug towards the tip. You can see the back of the Mora sheath. It's got an offset in it. I'm going to use the fire steel upside down because of the offset. The fire steel lays very nicely on the offset of this sheath. So again, inner tube goes on right up to the offset. Fire steel goes in upside down. Nice and snug. Alright, very good. Sits really nice now. Very sweet. So now I've got a way to make high temperature sparks, rubber that will burn and extend fire while I light moderate tinder. And for the tinder itself, which is not moderate, which is pretty good, is a tampon. Problem is, most of them come in paper. Okay, pull the ripcord here. I'm not going to use any of that. The part I want is the cotton part. You can use a cotton ball. I like these because they're very compact and you get a lot in a small package. What I am going to do is I'm going to cut about 1/2 inch off of this. That's going to keep most of the water out. So I'm going to shove it in the bottom side. Not saying this is going to be completely waterproof, but in my experience it works pretty good. You shove it in there to where you don't notice the lump too much. But if you do, who cares? Alright, you can always trim that down so you don't see it at all. I'd rather have the extra tinder. Alright, so now I've got a sharp knife, fire extender, spark maker, and tinder. All in one. Nice little Mora hack. Sweet little piece of gear. Almost guaranteed fire. The only way you wouldn't be able to make fire is if, say, you were limited to one hand. Then it would be very, very tough. In a crappy situation, you would use little bitty pieces of this so you can have more than one go. But we're going to give you the grand finale. Alright, that's fluffed up enough for me. We take a small piece of our band. Now everybody says Mora knives have to be modified because they're not 90 degrees and they don't throw a very good spark. Agreed. But towards the tip, if you're careful, right out of the box, those are good to go. Alright, so pin that down. Light it on fire. Put your inner tube on it. Give that a second to catch. That's going to burn for well over a minute. You can light all kinds of crazy stuff with it. Like I said, almost a guaranteed fire. Yes, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.